Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, July 25th, 2024. As always, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the courthouse here, but first, the Trump docket. There's been a filing by the Missouri Attorney General Bailey with the U.S. Supreme Court trying to delay the New York State sentencing. The theory, it's a state versus state case, and it's based on the rights of the asserted rights of Missourians to hear Trump. Once the gag order loosened, Tish James has responded, and it's one that we're keeping our eye on. Also, the finding by the DOJ Inspector General that William Barr did put his finger on the scale during the sentencing recommendation for Roger Stone. It's all moot, of course. He was pardoned, but that after they prepared a memo going with the guidelines, that they put in a second memo saying that there should be some kind of a variance downward. This happens, though. Now I'll transition to this. I cover a lot of sentencing here. Yesterday, Bevelyn Williams got 41 months. Government very much asked for a guideline sentence. Often, I've seen, sometimes it's a show of mercy. There was a guy called Mr. Allen that fired a gun 13 times in a housing project in the Bronx, but as the case, he remained in detention. As the case went forward, it emerged that he was assaulted basically by a group of teens, kind of every time he went there to visit his friend. They would sort of push him around and stuff. So he fired a gun in the air to get them to go away. Seems like the government agreed with that and went for a minimal sentence recommendation. So I was impressed by that. But I wouldn't be surprised that on high-profile cases that it's not the line prosecutors that make the recommendation. But that's just me saying that. There's a case today in White Plains Courthouse of the SDNY, proceeding of interest. I'm assuming a guilty plea by one Lin Feng. Basically part of the Operation Fox Hunt, tracking down opponents of the Chinese government, paying bribes, not registering under FARA. You could, for more, you could check out Fox Hunt Quid Pro Quo, about the Miles Guo case. And also, while it's still relevant until August 20th, Gold Bar Bob is guilty. Now this is there's another thing. Just this morning, I have yet to really write a story on this, but Judge Kevin Castell here, in the case that involves Deripaxa, but also Natalia Bardakova. She's a fugitive in Russia. She left, but she's left behind her motion to dismiss the case against her. It looks like under the doctrine of disentitlement, not just her motion was denied, but denied under the doctrine of disentitlement, meaning when you run, you can no longer make that argument. So we're going to have a story on that soon. This is and then every other case that's going on here today, and there are many of them. By contrast, at the UN, there's sort of only one thing they're doing these days, which is a lot of pearl clutching, but not actually addressing the UN's own role in the various failures around. And I'm not just talking about Gaza and Ukraine. I'm talking about Ethiopia, Cameroon, Mali. Count the countries where the UN's been thrown out of under Antonio Guterres, and you'll know that this man is a failure, and he bans the press that asks. But we will not cease. We will be putting in more questions today at noon, and we'll have another story on that as well. To be continued, Inner City Press.